do things a little bit differently, and you have a thing called a pre-listing appraisal. I'm in the business, and I get what you do, and I think it is a real game changer in terms of neutralizing the emotion of the seller in pricing that home correctly. Talk about that for a minute.
Well, I always use the example, if it were me, this is what I would do. So if I were listing a house, one of the first things I would do is hire an independent appraiser to come up with the value. And there's a lot of reasons for this. One of the reasons is getting the price right to begin with. And sometimes you may have the price right, but you may not be able to convince that buyer or the buyer's agent that the price is right. So why have the possibility of a buyer walking away who can afford the home, who can qualify for the home, likes the home, but you just can't convince him that price is right, when you've got a third party that works for a lender, and that's their job, is to determine value. So when a bank tries to determine value, whether the loan or not, that's who they call. They don't call agents, they call appraisers. So that's why I suggest doing that, to get the value right so the house doesn't sit on the market at the wrong price. That's just one of the reasons.
That's one of the reasons. Can you elaborate on that more, dear?
Yes. Also, one of the things that we do once we get the price right is we can actually put in the MLS, property has recently been appraised at, and put the value, and then attach the appraisal to what we call a PDF file. Through our MLS system, we're allowed to post things like the survey or the seller's disclosure or the floor plan. One of the things that we can also post is the appraisal. So it's very strong to be able to say, look, we've done our homework, here's what it is, go look at it, see what values the appraiser came up with and how he came to that value. What did he do to adjust the price to come to that value with the 3 actives and the 3 sols that he used? So this is important information. And so let me tell you one of the reasons why, Willie. If someone's going to go under contract, they have to pay for an appraisal, they have to pay for an inspection up front. So usually it's the inspection first. They usually run $350 to $400. They pay for a termite, which is usually $75 to $100. Then once you get past the option period and you get all your repairs all worked out, then they feel confident to pay for the appraisal. The appraisal is usually $375 to $400. So we're up to really close to $1,000 out of that buyer's pocket. So if something happens at the last minute that home doesn't appraise for enough and the deal falls out, that buyer's lost $1,000 they're never going to get back. So they're going to be very careful, and the agent representing them is going to be very careful to make sure that they think that house will come in at value. Otherwise, they're not representing their buyer properly.
I'm Sharon Hodneck, and I'd like to be your realtor for life.